What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. Now, on today's video, we will be covering Power Origins, and this one right here is titled Sasha Pan just exposed who killed Breeze, and it wasn't who you think it is. Now, this video right here was inspired by a great interview by Kimmy over there at Chronicles of Power. They did a very nice video. If you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest you go ahead and check that out. But she asked him a few questions about a few events that we were very much interested in seeing. Sasha said some things very interesting in that interview that will make you question a few things that we originally thought. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into this thing, people. So, to start things off, as we know, according to the original Power, we always thought that it was Ghost who took out Breeze. But after hearing the interview, it might make you change. It makes you question certain things that we once thought. I'll say that. And keep this in mind, because I've been telling people this throughout raising Kanan. The reason why I was able to get a lot of these right and you guys were wrong. The ones that you know who I'm talking about. The ones that was going hard, telling me I didn't know what I was talking about with certain things. And I told you guys a lot of the events has changed due to them not knowing they were doing a spinoff, doing the creation of the first 4 seasons of Power. So with that being said, the question is, what really happened to Breeze, people? Now we know I believe him being killed doesn't change. But the question is, the way he was killed is what's at question, and who did it. Now I do have a totally different video that's coming after this one, that to tell you what inspired exactly how it went down and why after this video is over. But anyways, we know about the death of Breeze and somewhat what to expect from 3 to 4 different point of views, and Sasha's actually going to touch on that in the interview a little bit, right? And let's just go ahead and take a listen to some of those scenes from Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan talking about the death of Breeze.
Never taken orders from a snake ass, and I ain't gonna start now. And secondly, why we're rolling through it, we've known him for years. Come on.
Same reason 2 former corner boys looked Breeze in the face and shot him in the fucking head.
So, as we just heard, that is the first time that we heard of the death of Breeze. This comes from season 1, episode 7. And as we know, people were questioning what was going on, because somebody was hitting Ghost and Tommy's organization. Of course, the person that was behind it turned out to be none other than Kanan, right? So, the problem was, the thing is that we need to be looking at is that Tommy just said 2 former corner boys looked Breeze in the face and shot him in the effing head, right? But that's totally different from the other perspectives that we heard from Kanan and Ghost. So here is Kanan's version of it.
What was you saying about my dad?
Pops moved. Breeze will be here at 7 o'clock. West Shepherd. Nigga loved Alex for that. So Booze came up after school, we broke in, and waited for him to come home and watch TV.
So, just scared?
Breeze didn't have time to get scared.
So, as you just heard, he said that Breeze, he said, actually, according to his story, he's claiming that all three of them was present. You know what I'm saying? He said all three were present. He said they snuck in after school and waited on Breeze to come to watch Jeopardy, right? And then Tariq asked what to scare him, and then he said Breeze didn't have time to get scared, right? Also, keep in mind, this is season 3. I just told you guys, and I told you guys numerous of times, if you've been following my channel for a while, if it happened before season 5, it could change. It does not mean it's the gospel anymore, because Sasha Penn has changed a lot of the events on how it happened. Just to give you a few examples of that. Keep in mind, Jukebox's last name in this one is Kanan or something like that. Also, keep in mind, he said Kanan said he started selling dope at 11 years old for his uncles. That didn't happen. He didn't start getting into the game until he was 15. And he really wasn't selling for his uncles. And then, I mean, it's so many of them that has changed. Just giving you guys a few examples of things that was said in the original Power, but it changed just really quickly. So it's safe to say that the way this happened, the way Kanan described this here, could change, or Kanan was lying. In my opinion, I think he was lying, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. So now let's go ahead and listen to what Ghost had. Ghost had 2 different versions. Keep in mind, they had one perspective from episode 610 and another perspective from episode 615. Here is 610.
I don't want to kill Breeze. I love Breeze. I was your age when I killed him. I killed Breeze because he got in the way of my future. What Kanan didn't know, what Kanan couldn't tell you, is that I gave Breeze one more chance. I asked him to change his mind. He didn't.
So, as we just heard Ghost say, that what Kanan, the part that's most important to me is the fact that he said what Kanan didn't know, what Kanan couldn't tell you, is that he gave Breeze one last chance to change his mind, and he didn't. So he forced his hand, right? So the what's important here is, one, this is in season 6, meaning they knew they were doing a spinoff at this time. So pretty much everything that's happening in the 6th season, they're trying to make it line up with Raising Kanan and Origins, because they knew they were doing it then. So now it has to add up. Y'all feel me? So season 3 could change, which is what Kanan said. Even what Ghost and Tommy said could change. I mean, not Ghost and Tommy, what he said in season 1 could change. Now, in my opinion, I think what Tommy said was more than likely the truth. That probably won't change. It probably would be the situation where Ghost and Tommy goes in together. The only reason why Ghost didn't mention Tommy here is because he didn't want Tariq knowing that about his uncle. The same could be said the reason why Kanan didn't mention it earlier too. Kanan's whole motive was to just lie and manipulate Tariq. That was his whole purpose. But anyways, so we just heard all of that, right? And now I want you guys to hear a few more things that is very, very interesting, because the interviewer that I'm about to get ready to show you guys, is she asked Sasha about the death of Breeze. She actually asked him, was DEF CON really Breeze's father? The answer was yes. So for those of y'all that didn't see this interview and wants to know the answer to that, the answer is yes. DEF CON is Breeze's father. So it opens up a whole new different can of worms that I may address in another video. But anyways, He says that, and then he goes on to talk about the death of Breeze. Take a listen here. I don't have the video here, so I'm gonna let you guys hear the sound bite, because I just, for copyright reasons, I didn't feel like editing all of this. I just got the sound bite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But they form a brotherhood.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah, but remember, in the original Power, you know, it was really sort of Kanan's call to kill Breeze on some level. I mean, he was involved. I mean, it was also, there were so many different versions of why Breeze was killed. And
Really quickly, though, I just want to address something. First and foremost, I want you guys to pay attention to something. You hear what he just said. Hold on.
you know, it was really sort of Kanan's call to kill Breeze on some level. I mean, he was sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah, but remember, in the original Power, you know, it was really sort of Kanan's call to kill Breeze.
Now, you heard what he just said. In the original Power, it was Kanan's call to kill Breeze. I want to tell you guys something. That's not true. Trust me, if you know me, if you really been knowing me and you know your power, you know what I'm about to say is the truth. He didn't, it was never said in the original Power. I've seen it way too many times to have missed it. It was never said that Kanan was involved. Basically, well, you know what? I take that back. In mid-sentence, I take that back, because he did sort of say we snuck into, you know, the house. He did say we, although I believe he was lying, like I said. But I think Sasha, if you listen more through this, he's gonna kind of give away what's really going to happen. And I'm gonna let you guys finish listening, and then I'll address what I'm talking about.
On some level. I mean, he was involved. I mean, it was also, there were so many different versions of why Breeze was killed and who was there and who wasn't there in Power. If you rewatch it, it's kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
There's one version of it where Ghost was there alone and Tommy didn't know. There's another version where Ghost, you know, that's one of the things that's interesting about Power, is that, like, so many of the narrators are unreliable. And so, like, people are always sort of, well, he said this and he said that. You have to understand, like, you're talking about people who are liars. So, like, you can't believe anything anyone says. It's like at the end of Raising Kanan, Juke, as Kanan's walking out, Juke's like, she served you up right before she died. She didn't love you. You know, that's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah. So anyway, don't trust everything you hear, I guess is
Exactly.
So, as you just heard, people, he just told you that, you know, the narration and stuff is a lie. Now, he said the people that were telling the stories are liars. Now, I want to address something about him saying that they were liars. That's true to a certain degree. Ghost obviously is a cold ass lie. All he do is lie. The same can be said with Kanan. Tommy, on the other hand, doesn't really lie. Tommy tells you the truth. He's straight up. So that's not really true 100%. Ghost and Tommy are Ghost and Kanan are lies. Tommy is not. Tommy said both of them came in. So I believe that is the truth. And I also believe when Ghost was telling Tariq that him and that he killed Breeze and that, you know, he gave Breeze one more chance, I believe he was telling the truth there. He just left out the part that Tommy was there. I believe that's the only lie that he told him. So we seen those parts. Now I want to get to what I believe actually happened. I believe we are looking at another Power parallel from Raising Kanan. So we got to go back to season 4. Remember in season 4 where, you know, this is when Krista was kidnapped and Snaps and Pop obviously was looking for answers for what happened. You know, who do Kanan believe took out Famous, right? Kanan went up to Snaps and Pop and asked him about them said he heard something about the police was involved and he wanted to know who made that call, right? So they ended up kidnapping Crystal to get the answers to what they needed to know to manipulate Kanan.
Bad bitches like us can only trust each other, right? So who Kanan thinking killed his friend?
That's what I keep telling y'all. Kanan don't know who put down Famous.
He came to us and said he had heard something about police being involved and the call coming from the street.
The only person he ever thought could have done it was his mom's.
Looks like you out here no more.
So, as we know, what Pop did here is she was fishing for answers about who Kanan thought took out Famous, because they were looking to blame someone and manipulate Kanan. Once Pop got the answer that Kanan believes that it was his mom, she had everything she needed to know. And of course, she took her out. And they later went on to continue their lies and manipulate Kanan further.
The coincidence that you're here right now, we were going to reach out. We heard back from our friends at NYPD.
Famous.
Didn't believe it ourselves when we heard it. They wouldn't lie to us.
It was your mother's son.
So, as we just heard, they lied to Kanan and said that Rock was the one who took her down. We all know this. But the reason why I'm sharing this is because I believe Kanan, now being older, wiser, has picked up those same manipulative tactics from Snaps and Pop and used the same thing on Ghost and manipulated Ghost into taking out Breeze. The same way he used it. It's crazy that he actually used this shit twice, because he did it again when it came to Roller.
So man, you ain't gonna like what I gotta say, G. You was right about Roller. Little nigga put up 100,000 for anybody to help Lincoln with an out-of-town header.
Now, you just heard him. We all know, if you're a fan of the original Power, you've been watching it, you know that wasn't true. He lied. Roller had nothing to do with the death, with doing all that to the organization. But he trusted Kanan to give him the answers, and Kanan lied to him. And what did he end up doing, good people? He took out Roller. And I believe this is the same thing that happened to Breeze. So Breeze was taken out the exact same way, more than likely, that Roller was taken out. Ghost and Breeze got really close. Kanan needed to find a way to get rid of him for a certain reason, which I will give you out in another video because I don't want this one to be too long. And after that, Ghost and Tommy got together, came up with the plan, and took him out. And like I told y'all, I believe the teaser that we ended up getting for Power Origins is the moment. This is probably the final episode, the moment where Kanan was setting his manipulation tactic up and manipulating Ghost and Tommy to taking out Breeze.
This what we came in, this motherfucker's touch the sky, brother. I won't let us settle for less. This moment right here is when we start dreaming. It's about proving to ourselves that we can do this shit on our own. This is how legends get made.
So, you just heard that. That there is Ghost convincing Tommy that they should do it. He's getting Tommy on board that we should take Breeze out so that we can do it on our own. Keep in mind, we heard in the original Power that we just heard Ghost say that Breeze was in the way. But was he really in the way? I believe Kanan put a battery in his back and made him believe that, just like he did Sean. Remember what he was doing to Sean, convincing him to try to take out Ghost? It just failed with Sean. But he used the same tactics. Also, something very interesting that I want to show you guys. Pay attention while Ghost is saying what he's saying. Pay attention to the location of where Kanan, Tommy, and Ghost is doing a certain part. Give me a second. Look at this.
This moment right here is start dreaming. It's about proving.
You see right here where they show Kanan. Look at where Kanan is at. Now pay attention to what Ghost is
To ourselves that we can do this on our own.
Tommy. Both of them. They're inside of the same church, look like, that this fool killed his uncle. So he's been vindictive. He's been evil as fuck. Once again, inside of the goddamn church. This man nigga is hell. He is convinced, because look, it says, White, when he's saying this is about convincing ourselves that we can do this on our own, it's the camera spins to Kanan. Because Kanan is the one who manipulating them to like, look, we don't need Breeze no more. Breeze is trouble. Breeze did that. Breeze did this. He's fooling them into taking Breeze out so that he can be on top, but he has his own agenda on why he is doing that, and that is another video. But anyways, pretty much that is pretty much all I got for y'all as far as this particular video, people. So long story short, I think Ghost does still become the shooter along with Tommy, but it's just happening much differently than how we originally thought. That's all. And I'll give you guys the motive behind why Kanan is going to do this in another video. That will be probably my next video. I will give you the motive behind why Kanan wants Breeze dead. And he's going to be very strategic about it on manipulating Ghost to do so. But before we get up out of here, I also want to let ugly ass niggas know that starting next Friday, that's why the ugly ass niggas, Friday, August the 21st, I will be airing a brand new trivia game show where you can win up to $100 cash via Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. Or if you have another payment method that you prefer that I can actually send it to, you can also contact me on IG. It's the same handle as my YouTube, Ugly Ass Nigga TV. You can find me on IG and inbox me on there. But I will be hosting a live probably tomorrow. I haven't set the time yet, but there will be a live tomorrow where I will talk about more in detail the logistics of the game show, the requirements, and how do you qualify to play, how I'm picking the people to play the game and stuff like that. But this is real, people. Well, if you know your show. So but it won't be just including Power. So that's the thing. Power will be heavily in it, of course, because that's my number one show. But we also will be dealing with Snowfall, Nemesis. I might throw Fightland. I think it's too early for Fightland, and also it's kind of shaky for me right now. But Reasonable Doubt, possibly Game of Thrones, All American, many different variety of shows. Pretty much, if I cover it on this channel, it's a possibility that it will be a part of the questions. So make sure you are in that live next Friday if you are interested in playing for a chance at winning $100. And I'll catch you guys on that live. So like usually, if you're cool with me, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly friends. But until the next video, I'm out.